You know, in New York City, there are some really great local beers to enjoy, like Bengali Tiger, which is made by Sixpoint Craft Ales in Red Hook, Brooklyn. I wanted to go see the brewery, but, well, Red Hook is kind of a rough reputation. But curiosity got the better of me, and before I knew it, I found myself at the doorstep of Sixpoint Craft Ales. There, Shane Welch, president and founder, invited me in.
The first thing I asked him was whether he ever missed the old days when he was just making beer in a kitchen.
No, because we still did. I did that last weekend, so I'm not. Yeah, I mean, every guy here is making beer like that all the time. We're a different brewery. We're made of home brewing people. That's our fabric and our foundation and it's our roots.
I asked him why he decided to set up shop in a neighborhood that Time magazine in the 1990s called one of the nation's worst.
It's something to be proud of, to win that award, not because you want to maintain that status, but to know that you were once that and now you're not going to be that. Now you're going to be prime. We want to make Red Hook the best neighborhood in New York.
You know, of all the breweries in the U.S., yours is the only one that the Statue of Liberty is directly facing.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. She's raising that torch, but it's kind of like she's raising a glass of beer, too.
I think that was the original design, but then, committees happen and you wind up with a torch.
Yeah.
It's a metaphor.
It was the gas light industry lobbied for that.
Exactly.
I was especially curious about the origins of Sixpoint's logo.
The logo was made with the intent that the logo could be an effective substitute for the brewery. There's the nautical star, which is actually a 5-pointed star, and then there's the 6-point star, the 6-point brewer star. Now, the star is an old brewer symbol that they used to put on barrels back in the day. So one of the first trade guilds for craftsmen during the medieval period was the Brewers Guild. So what we wanted to do is create a star that had heritage and meaning, but we wanted to create a unique star all of our own. The star, the 6-point star, is like, it filters through all the crap and it just says, this is what we represent. Also, the last little touch we did is the way it's shaded is we wanted it to look like the face, like almost like a menacing face, because it's like you can't mess with the beer, the quality of the beer. You can't mess with this beer because it's a menacing face and it's pissed off if you try to do that. It's like, don't mess with the beer, is basically what the face is telling you. One of the most intimidating things about this neighborhood when we first moved in is that it was overrun by rats, and they would just eat through the bags and eat all the barley malt. One day I thought I had an effective way to handle this, and it was just, I'll take the forklift and I'll raise the pallets of barley malt up in the air. So all they did is they climbed up the fork of the forklift, and it was amazing. They sat there and ate through the barley malt. Directly beneath the sacks on the ground were like chewed shells of each kernel and a massive pile of rat shit. They ate just enough off the corner of this door that they could run and scurry and get squeezed through there. Well, one day when it was pouring rain out and I came outside to look at it, and this very well-fed, fat-ass rat got stuck halfway through the hole. So his pink butt was hanging out of the back of the hole, and his back legs were trying to push him into the garage. And I was like, this this rat is like stuck in the door of going into the garage. And I'm like, I almost wanted to like help him because I saw him struggling. I almost wanted to help him, but then at the same time, I wanted to exterminate him because he was a rat. But I'm so glad to be done with that. And the funny thing is that I used to have nightmares about rats and running around and stuff, and I would hear, like, when I would hear a squeak, I'd always think, is that a rat? What took care of it was when they demolished the buildings to build the IKEA.
He showed me the Rooftop Garden where, among other things, he's growing his own hops.
This nugget one right here is just soaring, and the Zeus too. This Centennial too, oh my god, it's like, it's gonna need support soon.
What are you fertilizing with?
Actually, that bin right there, which is our compost tumbler, it's a mixture of basically organic matter from the kitchen scraps, coffee grounds, spent grains, and then different types of poops. What's interesting is that making compost is like making beer. It's chemistry. When you brew beer with these items on a daily basis, you want to make sure that you have a connection with those plants other than it's an ingredient that came on a truck. This seasoning or this herb, this spice that you put in the beer, you think of the millions of hop plants and how important it is to culture and cuisine in our society. It's like a sacred plant. It's a sacred plant.
Amen to that, brother. But then, you're preaching to the choir.
I'm proudest of the amazing staff that I get to work with every day. I'm proudest of the relationships that we forged over the years. I'm proudest of the fact that the beer is a vehicle to meeting millions of interesting people. And I'm proudest of the fact that we get to participate in that by making a beverage that brings people together.
The good news is, I'm no longer afraid of Red Hook. The bad news? I think I've developed a fear of rats. Well, this is taking a left turn. It's starting to look more like a love affair. Oh well.